the very beginning of it would be the first diagnosis and that. When I went for my 12-week scan of my pregnancy, I was offered a triple test. I thought no harm there, sure they're taking blood out of me anyway. So got the triple test done, and then at 18 weeks, it was a Monday, and I received a phone call to say that all was clear for everything else for the spina bifida, which showed a high percentage for spina bifida. They had already arranged for me to attend a scan on the Friday morning. So we spent several days, obviously, anxiously over what was going to be happening, what we were going to find, and not knowing what spina bifida was. And after an hour or two, decided that the internet was not the best way to discover this, so but we thought we would leave it to the professionals. So on the scan then, on the Friday morning, we discovered then that Michael had an opening at the base of his spine, and that he also had hydrocephalus. So we were looked after very well the whole way through the pregnancy or whatever. Then Michael was born on the 2nd of June by planned section, and it was doing very well. When he arrived, he had his back closure the following day, and within a matter of days he was home. He did have a catheter, fitted a leg bag, and then in no time at all we were actually trained how to catheterize, which I must say I'm quite pleased that my husband and I seemed to get to grips with pretty quick. And Michael just seemed to blossom from then. There was no problems with anything at all until approaching 7 months of age. Then inevitably he had to have the VP shunt fitted. After that then, well, he was in a couple of days and that was him back to normal. And then he just progressed really well. No difference in his development from my other children. And then he was born with a club foot, so with 15 months of age then they decided to do the club foot correction because he was already standing, pulling himself up by himself, and we were worried that there would be some damage with him continually putting weight on it. So they corrected the club foot so he could then go into his AFOs, his wee splints, and from then there was no stopping him. So he used the wee walking frame and the wee pusher, and he motored about everywhere. And he was fantastic. But I must say, at the very beginning, it was a very troubling time for us. So whenever we did get the diagnosis, we were actually handed a leaflet for which was Aspen Northern Ireland then, now Shine. And I did contact Marie McGonnell, I think within days, wasn't it? Just after we were told. So we had that information prior to Michael being born, and Marie herself came out and showed us all the charts about the possibilities, obviously what would happen. Of course you're given the worst case scenario when you're given the diagnosis, but she also came out, and I was grateful. Marie had an arrangement to come out and actually explain to my mother as well. So it's difficult yourself trying to, you have all these questions still to find out yourself, and then you have family members and friends then asking you and all, when you don't have all that information yet. So to have Marie there on hand to call if, say, somebody asked me a question that I hadn't even considered yet, it was fantastic. Also then, after Michael was born and that, we had the support of Irene to come out and help us with any sort of issues or whatever, regarding incontinence, regarding filling out of forms, disability forms, or any queries that we had at all. And just to have them at the end of the phone was remarkable. Then whenever Michael got to the stage then that we were approaching his education, so fortunately Michael was very lucky before the whole statement and process changed that he got in whenever he was 2 years of age, just turned 2, into Mitchell House Nursery. And Michael spent 2 years there, but we had the help of Catherine here with all the statement, which if we didn't have her, I wouldn't have had a clue where to start or what I was doing. So it was fantastic. when I was getting my words wrong, I was getting a bit flustered or whatever, she was on the end of the phone, and it was great help to all of us. And they have built up a great, all of them have built up a fantastic relationship with Michael. And if you call to my door at any time, you're always welcome. Through that then, I don't know what happened, but I met Maureen, who belonged to the ASPA Belfast branch, and was hoodwinked into joining, coming to a wee meeting, and ended up leaving, being a member on the board, on the committee. So the vice chair of the committee, and I must say I'm delighted that we have such close links with Shine, and there says well, it's good support work there. And they have been great support too. I can always pick the phone up to Veronica or whatever, but our group, and it should be a benefit to yourself, is that, to Robin, is that, you know, we help provide a wee bit of financial support, a wee bit of backup of things where equipment is required for the kids, which unfortunately we're in the position these days is that it's not always supplied by the medical boards, and we have to ask for outside help. And this is why the big drive for Shine as well, is that funding sort of running out next year, so that we actually require, as parents and families, for people to actually provide assistance, if not only financially but in time, when different events and that are being organised as well. It takes a lot of time, and the whole team, all the staff and that, you know, they're busy as well. It would be nice if actually some either members, you know, family members or people who, you know, would like to volunteer to do things actually offer up their time. So maybe give the rest of these guys a wee bit of a break. But the whole support that we have had from Shine and from ASPA Belfast has been phenomenal. And then in that, I decided, what would be a year ago, Veronica?
Yeah.
That I wanted to give something back. So we went about setting up, trying to find premises for a support group for families, the parents and the children with spina bifida or hydrocephalus, but also for their siblings to attend. It's important for the siblings to be around, you know, their friends as well, and I know that my other children have built up great relationships with Michael's friends. They are now their friends as well as Michael's. So we have slowly built up. We have got premises, our use of premises on the Albert Bridge Road, the Sure Start, which is fantastic because everything's there. I don't need to lay anything out. It's just we just walk in, play, and leave. But we also there we have the use of fantastic sensory room, which the kids really enjoy. So I would run from 10:30 to 12:30 twice a week, or twice a month. So twice a week. So twice a month. So it's nice then for everybody. It's a chance for us all to get together and have a wee chat, and maybe not talk about the kids, but you know, the opportunities there, and also we're able then to draw on services of Shine as well, who will come in and discuss different topics with us if anybody so wishes to find out about certain things. So I'm very pleased to be involved in Shine and in ASPA Belfast, and I just thank everybody for all of their support.